Hello and welcome. Now in this section we are going to talk about the animation and how we can add simple animation to our application. Okay, so the first type of animation that we are going to take a look on, it's actually about the images, how to implement an animation on an image, okay, or in a group of images. So the first thing that you need to do, guys, here we have an empty project in Android Studio, and here inside my Drupal folder I have imported some of few images, okay, and you can take a look on them. Okay, it's really just simple images that I have added from the internet, and you can do also the same thing. Okay, add your own images. Now after you adding or importing your image, what you can do inside your Drupal folder, okay, you are going to create a custom file that hold the animation. Okay, so inside my Drupal folder I'm going to right click and create a new Drupal resource file. Okay, so let me check it, and here we have right click, then new Drupal resource file. I'm going to call it any name that you prefer, but for me I'm going to type, oops, we cannot choose the caps, I'm going to type images underscore animation. Okay, I'm going to click on OK, and Android Studio will create this file for us. Of course we need to adjustment as we want. Okay, for example, the first thing that we need to do is, instead of selector, we are going to use the animation list. Okay, because we are going to do something that you will understand it once we run our application. So just change this tag to be an animation list. Okay, and inside this animation list we are going to add some items, okay, from images, and then we are going to mix them using our Kotlin code. But let's go ahead and add item. Okay, and for the item tag we need to specify two things. The first one is the image, okay, and it's using the Android Drupal tag. Okay, and we need to go at Drupal, that's mean go to the Drupal folder, and from the Drupal folder choose, for example, this image. Okay, and the second thing that we need to specify is actually called the duration. The duration, it's mean how long or this image will be shown. Okay, because as you can see, as you know, guys, we are dealing with animation. So for example, the fade in and fade out, so we need to specify the duration or the time. Okay, so I'm going to type Android duration to be, for example, 3000 millisecond. That means this will be 3 seconds. Okay, and we have added one image. Okay, of course we cannot see the image, the animation with one image, because we need more than one image. So I'm gonna add more than one item. For example, the second one will be Android, not the duration, sorry, the Drupal. Okay, should be, for example, another image that we have inside our, okay, inside our Drupal. And for the duration also, let's specify to be 3 seconds. Okay, and we can copy this line of code, and or you can write it from scratch. Okay, duplicate it, I mean, just for saving some time. Okay, I'm gonna add maybe 4 images. Okay, for this one should be, for example, this image, and let's see, just to know, do not we use some the same image, and for example this one also. I think I am done with this. Okay, now what we are gonna do, we have added our images. Now let's go ahead and think about certain way that we can actually mix these images to create really simple animation. So first of all, what I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna go back inside my main activity.xml to add the views that I want to add this animation on. Okay, do you get the idea? So for example, if you want to play this animation, first of all you need to choose the view that will hold this animation. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add an image view. Okay, let's drag an image view, and here from the Drupal, or you need to specify the placeholder for this image. Go inside your Drupal tab and inside your project, expand it, and search for the file that just we have created, which is the image animation. Okay, we have just added. and select it and add it just right here. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make the width to be match parent, and the height, let's specify a value instead of wrap content. So I'm gonna do, guys, instead of match parent, I'm gonna make it, let's say 350 maybe dB. Okay, I'm happy with this. Now what we are gonna do, guys, we need to specify an ID, of course, for this image, because we want to fetch it in our Kotlin code. So I'm gonna type just image underscore animation, simple as that. Okay, now guys, the first step was creating the drawable file that we will hold all the images. Okay, the second step was to add a view that will apply the animation on. Now the last step will be to mix everything using the Kotlin code. Okay, so what we are gonna do here, first of all, we need to fetch the image view. So I'm gonna type var, or you can val, whatever you want. So I'm gonna type my image. Okay, it's equal to find the view by ID. Now guys, previously what we did, we were removing this, okay, and continue on, but here I would like to show you something. So type r.id.image animation, but instead of typing as image view, here we are casting it. What I'd like to show you guys, here inside this you can type image view, okay, and it will cast this variable or this my image as an image view. So I showed you both of ways that you can cast an view, okay, that we have. Okay, so the first one was about typing as an image view, or you can type it directly right here, an image view. It's really up to you, but I'd like to show you both of ways. Now let's go ahead and create our animation. So to create our animation, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create a variable. Okay, I'm gonna call it animation. Okay, and here we are, what we are gonna do, we are gonna use the animation drawable that come with Android Studio, and but first we need to fetch the view, okay, or tell the Android Studio, hey, you are gonna get this object or this view and apply the animation. And to do this, we are gonna type my image dot get background or dot background, okay, and we need to what we are done. Okay, but here too, as you can see, we do not have any error or any issues, but for avoiding any problems and issues, what we are going to do, we are going to cast it as animation drawable. Okay, we need to cast it as an animation drawable, okay, just to avoid any problems and issue maybe we are going to get. And the last thing that we are going to do, we are going to set a fade duration and exit duration for our animation. So I'm going to type animation dot set enter fade duration, and here it's asking us for a number, so I'm going to type 3 seconds. And for the animation exit, set exit animation or fade duration will be for example 1 second. Okay, and last but not least, I'm gonna start my animation. Okay, and I'm gonna go a quick recap for what we have. So first of all, here we are fetching the image view, and here on this line we are getting the background, okay, from it, which is our background, which is our image animation, our drawable file here that hold all the images. Okay, and here we are casting it as an animation drawable. Here we are setting a fade duration and exit duration. Okay, that's mean the time that will be animation mixed. Okay, and here we are starting the animation on our view. Okay, so you can add it really simply. Okay, we are gonna see how it will look like, and of course if we are get any error, we are gonna see how to fix it. Okay, so we are gonna run our application to see how it's gonna work. Now guys, as you can see, we have our application up and running and it's crash. So I'm gonna click OK, and I'm gonna prove that for you that our application is not working. So I'm gonna once again go and launch it. Here we have the test Android. I'm gonna click on it. So as you can see, our application directly it's crashed. And the reason behind this, guys, it's actually not an error that we have done, but actually there is something that we need to do. We call it as a null safety. Okay, we are going to talk more about and more for the errors in the section. We have a separate section for the errors. Okay, so do not confuse yourself too much with this. So all what you need to do here, we have inside our main activity.kotlin, here we have this animation drawable. All what you need to do is add a question mark here. Okay, and also do not forget to add it right here in the 3 places. Here we have it. Okay, after the animation object. Okay, it's just for the null safety. Okay, because I do not want to confuse you too much with this, because you have the errors and maybe the object will be null, so on and so forth. So I have separate section for the errors, and we are going to talk more about them. So, and the second thing that you need to do, guys, here we have our main activity.xml file, and here we have the image view object that we want to set animation on. Okay, so here we have this sr combat, okay, or the source combat. Just replace it, okay, or remove it from here. Okay, click on this source combat, okay, and delete it, because we do not want add the animation, okay, like this, the source combat. Okay, so search for the property background, okay, and click on this 3 dots and choose your image animation, okay, file that we have created, okay, as an XML drawable file. Okay, and do not forget to remove the source, okay, because we do not want it as a source, we want it as a background. Okay, so the first step that we did is actually add this question mark, because this will give us an error if we do not put it, and we have separate section for the error. Okay, so just put it and ignore it. And the second thing that you need to do is, instead of adding the background as a source, okay, like this, okay, remove it from the source and add it as a background. Okay, all what you need to do is this, and let's run our application once again, and it will definitely work as we wanted. Okay, now guys, as you can see, we have our application up and running, and it's work just fine as we wanted. So as you can see, the animation, it's go and fade in and fade out between all the images that we have. So as you can see, I'm gonna leave it for a second that you wanna watch it. Okay, so what it's gonna do, it's actually looping through all the images that we have, and it show them with very nice way. Okay, so as you can see, it's very nice and as we wanted. Okay, so I'm gonna close it. So as you can see, guys, what it's gonna do, it's gonna loop with all these images that we have specified here, and you can add as much as you want from all the images and add it as a background for the view, and it will do just fine. So thank you guys so much for watching. This is our first type of animation, and we are gonna continue on in the next video.